Beautiful craftsmanship, colorful textiles, and the smell of spices filling the air. When you stay in Marrakesh's Medina, you basically live in a giant market. And every time you step outside, there is something new to tempt you. After weeks of saying, we'll come back later, today it's finally time to do some shopping, learning, and creating. From making our own perfume to learning the art behind Moroccan spices and tea, and appreciating the artistry behind it all, we are truly experiencing the best souvenirs the city has to offer today. We're Madison and Ivan, let's madventure. Salam alaikum from the Medina, where we are starting our day because when you stay in the Medina, you're walking past hundreds of shops every time you walk out the door. And here you can really get an idea of the artistry this country is known for. Morocco is famous for its leather, and you can buy some incredible stuff here. Bags, jackets, poofs, and even traditional leather slippers, often handmade and dyed right here in the city. And if you don't see exactly what you're looking for, most of these shops will make it for you. I had friends buy custom jackets, bags, and shoes at different stalls throughout the city, and all of them turned out great. This is a city of artists with incredible metalwork, woven work, woodwork, ceramics, paintings, and of course, rugs. The rugs here are unbelievable works of art, often handmade by Berber artisans with patterns that tell a story. On the other end, there's also classic souvenirs and replica goods all over the city. And in a way, this is a particularly cool place to buy a replica good because this city has inspired the work of so many world-renowned designers, especially Yves Saint Laurent, whose museum you may see when you're here. But since we travel full-time, we usually prefer consumable souvenirs, which brings us to Scenti, learning the art of Moroccan fragrance while making our own perfume. Scenti is in Giris, the newer area of the city, which I love because it's right next to my favorite smoothie shop. This space is so cool. It feels like a chic science lab that gets us in the mood to learn and experiment. The workshop begins with a guidebook and the instructor, who's super knowledgeable, walking us through the scent wheel and explaining how fragrances are built. We learn that the difference between top, heart, and base notes is actually the length of time that each scent lasts. Your top notes being dominant at first, but then fading as the heart notes take over, and then the base notes are the deep, rich notes that linger the longest. Our instructor explains how many of each of these notes that we're looking for, and the smelling begins. We test so many scents and note down our immediate reactions to each of them to help us decide later. It's honestly so hard because so many of the scents are absolutely lovely, even ones I didn't expect to like. And then once we know the scents that we like, they are kind of all over the place and we have to figure out what type of perfume we're going for. This is the hard part. As we narrow it down, we experiment with which scents pair well together.
Am I committing?
You're committing.
And when we finally decide, the instructor comes back over and talks us through how much of each scent we'll want to put in.
And then in this, the date will be a little light, right?
Yes.
This is where she'll also try to steer us away from any bad decisions we're making, which is super reassuring. And now it's time to make our test perfume. This is when it really begins to feel like science. We follow the ratios we were given and mix together our creations, test them, and figure out if there's anything we need to change.
Okay, Madison's first smell. What does she think?
Honestly, pretty nice. I don't know, it's intimidating.
But there's depth. It's not just. Oh, the jasmine. You got jasmine in there? Yeah. The jasmine, giving it a nice clean finish.
At this point, the jasmine in mine is dominating a little stronger than I'd like, so we're changing those ratios a little bit. And one of my friends is even switching some of their ingredients because they're not totally happy.
For the final test, a skin application. On the skin, I think it between the warmth of your skin and the alcohol drying a little bit, it mellows out a lot, yeah.
Now it's time to do some math and figure out how much of each ingredient we'll need to fill the entire bottle. And then we fill the bottle. Fragrance is definitely one of the big ways you experience Marrakesh. So I'm excited to have included orange blossom, saffron, and green tea in my perfume that will help me just bottle and take this incredible city and the experience we've had here with me everywhere I travel. I've been also incorporated some scents from the city, orange blossom and saffron as well, but also dates, adding in this nice, delicious sweetness. When our bottles are full, it's time to finish the job with a label. And now, introducing
Medina Mist number 37. With Medina Mist number 37, you will always smell like the middle of Old Town, with top notes of orange blossom and green tea, perfect to make your mint tea with. Middle notes of saffron and jasmine, and a base note of tonka bean. Always smell like the energy and chaos of the Medina with Medina Mist number 37. Ooh la la. Medina Mist number 37. Embrace your chaos.
Tajines. Notes of saffron, orange blossom, and dates, inspired by the irresistible flavors of Marrakesh. Tajine, tajine, tajine.
Speaking of tagines, it's time to learn about our favorite type of souvenirs, food souvenirs. And the best way to figure out what to actually buy is to take a cooking class and see what ingredients we actually use in the dishes we love. We, of course, start out with Moroccan mint tea and cookies. Usually fresh mint is used in the tea, so you can't exactly travel with that, but the gunpowder green tea that you add the mint to, some of the more unique local teas like Berber tea, beautiful silver tea sets, fun pot holders, and tea glasses are all great for taking Moroccan tea culture home with you. Of course, the local cookies, often with almond and orange blossom, are so delicious and make great souvenirs to share with friends and family. We are making 3 different tagines today: veggie, meatball, and chicken with preserved lemon. And all of them are full of spices, which, of course, make incredible souvenirs to buy here individually or in the classic local spice mix, Ras El Hanout. The saffron here is also amazing, and if you live in a country that allows you to travel home with preserved lemon, that is my new favorite ingredient in the world. If you have the suitcase space, you should also buy a tagine. It really does make the most flavorful, tender dishes. Everything turned out so delicious, and with the right spices, it's actually not too hard to capture the delicious Moroccan flavors. We made recipes from the class back at our riad several times since then and bought several spice mixes, preserved lemons, and Berber tea to take with us. Our friends also bought some saffron and they let us borrow a little, and it is fantastic. I highly recommend this class for learning which ingredients to buy and how to use them. But if you're looking for something a little easier, there are several great spots around the city to buy spices, tea, amlo, Morocco's way more delicious take on almond butter, olive oil, and of course, coffee. Bacha Coffee Shop is one of the most famous spots in the city and one of the most beautiful coffee shops in the world. And their gift shop is like a museum of coffee. So many incredible items and such a variety. We've heard that the gift shop prices at the airport store are actually lower than the prices at the coffee shop in the Medina, but they may not have all the items at the airport store, so do keep that in mind if you decide to wait. Speaking of souvenirs that don't require a full class, while we loved our perfume making class, there are a lot of amazing cosmetics here that you can just buy.
Had to get some argan oil from Naturom. And this place is so cool. The aesthetic inside actually reminds me a lot of Lush, which just makes it feel like so upscale. This is 100% pure and organic argan oil, golden glow. And it says this for your face, for under eyes, for your nail beds, and your hair and body. This is like all purpose, 100%. And I actually have been using products with Moroccan oil in them for so long, with argan oil in them for so long. And so to actually be getting it like straight from the source just feels so exciting. I can't wait.
Naturom is one of our favorite shops in the city. They have so many incredible products there. Soap, body scrubs, fragrances. It's one of those spots where I really have to remind myself that I don't have room in my suitcase. Also, a lot of the hammams here or spas sell black soap, clay, and other local products. As a full-time traveler, I'm not often tempted to buy souvenirs, but the colors, artistry, and energy of this city truly have a grip on me that makes me want to shop just to bring a piece of it with me. We absolutely love Marrakesh and can't wait to spend more time here. Thanks so much for joining us for this adventure. Please hit those subscribe and like buttons. It truly helps me out so much. We'll see you on the next one, and until then, check out one of these videos.